Hey everybody, welcome back to the Bookish Floor. Hey everybody, my name is Sophie, the Bookish Floor. Welcome back to my channel. So today is a little bit of a different video because I haven't been here in a while, and you might see a video before this if I can edit it. If not, this might be the first video you see in a while. I was very busy in March. I was doing like things like I was doing things I was doing life things, and time just kind of got away from me, and I wasn't reading that much, so I felt like I was waiting to have more things to talk to you guys about, and then I was so busy that kind of just time flew by. And then in April, over spring break, we decided to paint our walls in the living room, rearrange a few things, redecorate, get rid of the old living room. We haven't done anything to this house since we moved in 2011, and it's 2027. I mean, not anything like cosmetic, like decoration, paints, stuff like that. And we do try to keep up with obviously the cleaning and stuff like that. But I live right near a beach town. There's a lot of humidity. There's a lot of humidity inside the house, even if you have dehumidifiers and things like that, if you open your windows, all of the things that come with living in a beach town. So we had to clean the walls, do all that, and then put special paint on them. We did that with our room. We do that with our room religiously because we sleep here in the living room. We don't spend a lot of time there, although it's a living room, but we are sort of loners. We have a small house. We have a small family, so we don't do a lot of things. So it wasn't necessary until this year to really like just kick it into high gear with that, and we totally changed it. If you've seen my latest Bridgerton video, you saw me in the living room. So next time you see me in the living room, it's gonna be completely different. So anyways, I did all that, and you would think like this would be great material for me to blog, but like I said before, I feel like I'm a very bad blogger. I really like living my life and not documenting my life, and I love watching other people, but for me it feels really organic to just live my life and not document every single thing. And when I start documenting, it loses part of me living it and being in the present, and it's something that I have to work really hard on, being in the present. So every time I have to think about documenting it, it really takes me out of it. So, and especially if I'm doing things with my family or my friends, it's really difficult for me to do that. So I decided not to do that, not to film the process or anything, not to blog it, not to listen to audiobooks, just enjoy my time doing that to my home, and spending time with my family doing that. And yeah, time sort of got away from me. Also, on the reading part, it hasn't been that great. I only was able to read 2 books in March, which they were Belinda, and I think it was just Belinda. And I think I started spinning silver. I know, oh, Belinda and the Joy Luck Club. And the Joy Luck Club kind of put me in a really slump. It wasn't what I expected. It's a good book. It's a modern classic for a reason. It is an important book. But I feel since it's come out, obviously, I think it came out in the 90s, a lot of similar stories have come out. And I have already consumed a lot of them. So unfortunately, this was one more in the bunch instead of being one of the first, which I think was sort of like the intent or what it was at the beginning. So that's kind of what happens when you don't necessarily read a book when it comes out. So anyway, that happened, and Then in, like I said, in April, I started reading Spinning Silver, and I'm really liking it. But I think that because I've been so busy, I'm and doing other things in life, I haven't really listened to it that much. When I do listen to it, I do like it, but I find myself, as soon as I stop listening to it, completely forgetting about it. So that was a weird thing. I spent the whole month with the book. I'm still not done. I think I'm like three-quarters of the way through that book, and even it needs an audio, so I should have been done by now. So I don't know if it's the combination of Belinda, the Joy Luck Club, and Spinning Silver that's got me like slowing down with my reading. But I'm kind of slowing down in general in life, doing things that I enjoy, that I love. A lot of people talk about analog, and then they start buying a whole lot of things to make their life analog, and then adding more things. And I think being more analog simply means living your life and enjoying and being more present. And I think that I've been doing that and forgetting a lot of other things. I think also after I started my reading journey, like seriously, in 2023, so after 4 years of really grinding, reading a lot of books in a month, I think I'm slowing down and being more picky and absorbing more when I'm reading, instead of trying to read a lot. I'm really enjoying and taking it slow when it comes to my reading, even the books that are not necessarily my favorite. I'm really enjoying the time that I'm spending with them, even if it's at a slower pace. So I'm fine with that. However, that means maybe less videos, maybe less content, because, like I said, I don't blog everything else. I'm not worried about, oh my God, I'm not reading, so I have to blog me vacuuming and folding my clothes. And again, there's nothing wrong with that because I watch other people do that. Um, and I enjoy that. It's just I don't find myself wanting to do that. So yeah, today you might, my intent this week is to actually start vlogging this week a little bit, so you can see me doing a few things, but probably not that many. And it's probably gonna be more me like this, talking to you guys. So right now, the other book that I actually did start and actually finished yesterday was, oh, I don't even know the name, the new Abby Jimenez, at The Night We Met, or I think it's called The Night We Met.
And I would never have to get yelled at by customers ever again. I put in my notice at Bergman's. I couldn't say that I was going to miss it, but it was definitely the end of an era. It felt weird to move on, to work in a place my mom would never know about, to have a relationship and fallings out I'd never get to tell her. It was like I'd shed a skin and I was a different person, and she'd never get to see the me of now. And I grieved that too. But that's life when you go through a different door, and then you end up somewhere new. My 2 weeks flew by. Before I knew it, it was my last day at the pharmacy.
The new Abby Jimenez. I love Abby Jimenez. Is the only contemporary romance author that I actually really, really enjoy. I don't like contemporary romance. I still stand by it, because liking one author doesn't mean you like the genre. I haven't liked the genre. I don't like the tropes. I don't like how they make everything uh, so simple, and super complicated at the same time. They make like the miscommunication trope. They put conflict that shouldn't be there, but then they simplify other things that are so silly. Um, and I don't know, like the big deal things in life, in real life, they make them so simple, and then the really simple things in life, they make them so complicated and convoluted that it seems like a parody of real life. So I don't like that trope, or I don't like contemporary romance for that reason. However, Abby Jimenez I have liked from the beginning, even if there's certain plot lines or things like that that I'm not vibing with. In general, the whole conversation of the book and the whole storyline of the book, I do like it. And there's been some hit and miss reviews of this new book, so I just wanted to check it out, because if someone's gonna take me out of a reading slump, or my reading slowness, or I don't know what to call it, or I don't know, I just slow down on the reading end, and I would like to pick it up a little bit more. If not, that's fine, but if I could, that would be great. So I think the one that could help me out was Abby Jimenez, and actually, yeah, she did, because I listened to that book in 2 days, which is, yeah, my average for an audio book that I'm really enjoying, 2 to 3 days, and I liked it. I can see why people don't like it. I It is very similar to other storylines that we saw last year on TV, and however, the problem in this particular book was very complicated, and it has a lot of nuance, and I was ready to make a video, and I might still make it. However, that is why it's important to read the author's note and all that at the end. At the end, there was an author's note, and she explained when she started writing it, how this came about, and it sort of debunks my theories on how this book came about. So I might still do that video just for funsies, to tell you how I felt as I was listening to it, what I was comparing it to, um, and then the debunking of it at the end of the book. But yeah, even if it's not true what I thought, how this book came about and how the storyline came about, the problem I think that people are having with this book is that we literally saw this storyline last year. We saw these characters last year, and sometimes that happens. Sometimes people get similar ideas. Almost every idea is already out there. It just has a different spin on it, and I feel like this idea is really fresh in the mind of a lot of people, and when you compare it to the Abis Jimenez story, it's not gonna hit as hard. Is it my favorite of all the Abis? No. Is it my least favorite? No. And honestly, by the end, it kind of got me, and it almost made me cry, which I never do. So, yeah, I think also there's gotta be people that relate to the topic, at some level, even if it's a really small level. And if you don't relate to that topic, it might not be the book for you. So, yeah, I think there's different things going on in that book. But I enjoyed it, so I'm glad of that. I think I need to pick lighter topics right now and not go into really complicated books like high fantasies and like Spinning Silver has me literally spinning because I was kind of thinking like, who are we? There's several characters and they're intertwined, and I kind of had a hard time at the beginning figuring out who we were talking about. And then once I finally did, I still don't remember the names exactly. And I like the story again. I like the whole fantasy thing, but I think it was a little too much for me right now. Or when I was listening to it, I'm still listening to it, but there's a lot going on, and my attention isn't there fully. The other thing that happened is that I got hit with that weird flu thing virus that everybody's getting, like the stomach flu that feels like you're getting like a cold or something, but then it hits you in the stomach, and then you feel sick and you can eat. And I basically couldn't eat anything but saltines and Gatorade for about a week. And yeah, that put me out of commission. I also signed up for a pattern testing group, and I got selected, and I was supposed to sew these pants and take pictures and all that, and I wanted to blog it, so that you see like something cozy like me sewing. And yeah, those are due in 5 days. There's no way, like I barely like, no, there's no way that I can do those because they are complicated, and I need the pattern. I need to go get the fabric, all that. I have the pattern, but I need to print it, go get the fabric, do all that, and I still have to work and kind of do all the things that I wasn't able to do in like the week that I was out. So yes, so many things going on. But anyway, all that to tell you that hopefully I'll be back again with a weekly upload. And yeah, this is the blog where I'm hopefully reading 3 books. I'm gonna keep it to 3. I know that I already finished the Abby Jimenez, so by the end, I might give you like the full rundown of that one, even though I already did, but maybe a little bit more spoilers. Um, Spinning Silver, I'm gonna listen to it while I work on the computer because I have to work. I'm already late because I had to do something this morning. Even though I don't have a schedule, I'm trying to work on it from 8 to 12 at least, and it's already almost 9. So yeah, I'm running late for myself. And what else? Oh, and I'm gonna listen to Spinning Silver while I do that, and then I need to think about what else am I gonna listen to after that one. Probably gonna put it at a higher speed so I can finish that book. I'm kind of at that point. It's been so long that I need to just finish the book. So, anyways, yeah, that's it. I'll talk to you guys later.
I was, and the wall was warm on my back, and I was too old to keep dancing anymore. I only sat and drank my tea and took another cup with cherries, and ate a sweet, crisp, melting Krushkin, and said thank you to Panov Nolius when he did deign to come and sit and have tea with us. Panov Moshel lives in the fourth house on Barenka Street. He said cool and stiff, and I asked him the name. Does Her Majesty want to arrange alone? I would be glad to be of service. Alone? Does our reader?
The camera's not rolling right now. I'm on my phone, and it's so bad because there's nothing important going on in social media that like I need to have it in my hands for every single second of my life. I'm just so addicted to it. Oh my gosh, I got new nails yesterday. Here they are. They're green chrome. I realized I had to go over to the bookstore. Not the bookstore, the thrift store. I'm going into the thrift store with like certain pieces in mind, with like a Pinterest board, with certain things that I want. And everybody knows you only get lucky at the thrift when you're not actively looking for anything.
Everybody, update to where I'm at. Spinning Silver by Naomi Novik, and I have 50 minutes left. So I've been doing a lot of progress, and now that I'm working on the computer, sort of like to help out a friend, and I'm just doing that in the morning. For now, it's temporary, and it's fun, and it also helps me not be wasting my time doing other things, help a friend, and it allows me to listen to books, which is exactly what I needed right now, like to be focused on a project that it'll be something that would be like automatic, and I could just be listening to my book while I do that. So I am doing that, and like I said, yesterday I finished The Night We Met by Abby Jimenez. And then today I'm almost done with Spinning Silver. So hopefully I'll be done with that one. And that'll be 2 for 2, like one book a day. Obviously, I didn't read the whole book in one day. But if I were to start a new book tomorrow, I'll probably finish it between Wednesday and Thursday. So that's pretty good for me. I guess I'm kind of getting back into the rhythm of things. It seems like since last year that happens to me. I sort of go into a slump in March, April, and then come back in May. So hey, I'm not breaking tradition of slowing down and picking back up my reading. So I'm gonna keep doing that, but also I wanted to show you guys. Also, I wanted to take advantage the fact that I'm here, the fact that I'm filming, to show you guys something that I got this weekend, and let's open it together. So I decided to have a pen pal, and I'm really late to writing her. So this is for Anna. Sorry, Anna, if I haven't done that, but I promise I'll do it soon. But again, everything has been really crazy around here. But I got a pen pal, and I'm gonna start writing her. But I didn't have like a lot of stationery and things, and all of the things that I do have are in the office, and the office has exploded. Has, like, there's an empty bookshelf in front of all my other bookshelves. That's how it is right now. There are books on the floor. There's things everywhere. So anyways, I got this whole bag at Goodwill for $8, And I just saw that it had like a ton of things, little things, and let's just open it together and see what it has and what we can use for pen pal stuff to send it. So I guess it has a lot of stuff from this K and Company. I don't know it, but I got this. Oh, this is like what it's supposed to be. That's pretty cute. And then it says that you can put it like in the middle of a card, I guess. And then it came with this ribbon. It's full ribbon, farmers market, locally grown. So that's pretty cool. And then this is kind of like raised. It's to create cards with a dynamic 3D surprise. Oh, I guess you sort of press it or something into like, yeah, I think it stems. And you press it into paper. That's pretty cool. And then black roses. Another one of these. What are these? Tin pen embellishments. These are cute. And then more of those clear stamps. These are a little childish, but I think they're cute. And then stamping gear. Oh my god, I love this one. This one is my fave. And it explains how to do it. And then I also got this one. And this one. And then it comes with the actual thing. So someone bought like the whole kit and didn't use it. More of those like stamps. Here's another one. Here's more of those inks. Another one of those stamps. And then some cards. So this will come in handy for like birthdays or stuff like that. So I think that's pretty good. These are a little different, but I think I can use some of them. And because I do have a little reader, I think for like something that she might want to do, she loves crafting too. So I think this would also work for her. My favorites are this, and we have two. My little reader loves like doing activities with flowers, and I think she'll use those. And then this, I know we can do something with those, but my favorite definitely is this one. So yeah, I'll figure out what I can do with those. So yeah, I just wanted to show you this haul of crafty things that I got for $8. And yeah, when I send my and I have tons of stickers and stuff like that. And when I send my card to the other side of the world, I can put some stuff in there. You know, I love thrifting. I do have a book haul, but I'm gonna show you that probably in a different video. So yeah, let's continue with the things that I have to do today. Hello friends, I actually was able to finish spinning silver. I took a little break from work, lie down, and just listen to the last half hour while I was lying down. And honestly, like I said, I do like it. I did like that book. Sorry for all that noise, but I opened my window and I don't want to close it. And also, I'm wearing a sweater because the air is incredibly cold. The temperature kind of went down a lot here. So, yeah, it's cold. It's cold air. It's sunny, it's pretty, it's very clear, but the air is very cold. So anyways, I was able to finish Spinning Silver. And yeah, the thing with Spinning Silver is that there were many characters. There's at least three, not main female characters. There's two main female characters, and I would say like a third secondary female character. And then there's like a creature monster thing, and then there's like this king. And I think Spinning Silver would be one of those books that I would recommend you read physically instead of audiobook, because let me see, I think I have my copy here, because I do have the physical copy. But as you guys know, I like reading my books, my audiobooks. And yeah, maybe it would not make a difference, because I'm looking at it and I thought, well, maybe if each chapter it tells us which character is point of view from, because there's so many. It's on first POV, and then first person POV, and then you have the chapters. Let's say chapter 9, right? But it doesn't tell you whose POV this is. And then you have like a little break, and then it continues. So I'm guessing this is like another person. But still, when you're listening to the audio, it just goes all straight, and you kind of have to be like really, obviously for every book you want to be paying attention. But because there's three main female characters, a king and a monster creature thing, and then the secondary characters, although they don't have a voice, the main voice is the three main female characters. And then who are they talking to? Are those either the creature, the king, or some of the family members of the main characters? You're kind of thinking like, where am I? Who am I? What am I? So yeah, it was a little bit confusing. I found the writing confusing. I like the plot line, I like the story, I like the characters, I love the cover. I just really would have preferred if each chapter it would tell me like, this character, bam 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 bam, this character, bam bam bam. Definitely, I feel like we needed that, because they were very similar, and they were in the similar. It's not like it's different timeline or different spaces. One of them is, so you kind of can tell. But yeah, you really have to be in it 100% to make sure that you don't miss anything, because the scenarios are very similar between all of them. Then if you don't pay attention that there has been a change, you're still thinking you're still in someone else's story, when it's not. So yeah, that's the only thing. Definitely, I don't think it's an audiobook kind of book. It's definitely a physical read, and you have to be, obviously when it's a physical, it's easier for you to be paying attention. When it's audio, you're doing other things, and that's when you get a little bit distracted, which it can be afforded if you only have a couple of characters, if you're in the main timeline, time and space, or if you're changing drastically time and space, then when you have a different character, you understand what's going on. But for so many characters, like high fantasy, is kind of hard to do audiobook if you are following a lot of people, and those paths are not, or those plot points are not distinct enough. So yeah, that's my thing with Spinning Silver. I still like that. I'm still gonna keep it. As you guys know, I'm kind of trying to read through my TBR and see if I want to keep or get rid of. I definitely want to keep Spinning Silver in my bookcase. I'm not gonna get rid of this one. So yeah, let's see if we can pick together what I'm gonna read next. Let's see what I have available on my audiobooks. I'm not gonna go with whatever I have on uh my TBR shelf right now, because I really wanna read something that might get me out of this funk. I have Bright by Ellie Hazelwood, but I have it in Spanish, and honestly, I'm not really in the mood to read Ali Hazelwood or listen to Ali Hazelwood in Spanish. I have We Could Be So Good by Cat Sebastian. I heard that this one is a good one. I have After Hours at Dooryard Books by Cat Sebastian. I hear that that's supposed to be also a good one. So I think I might wanna pick that one. I have a lot of books that are non-fiction for this course that I'm in. So, but I don't think I want to do any of that. I have to owe the boys of love before, I feel like I need something fun like that. So maybe I'll pick that one. Oh, I have Rebel Witch, which is the second part. I have not read that one. Have I read that one? From the Crimson Moth. But I feel like it's too long. Okay, so I have those three. Let me think about it. And so I have Rebel Witch, To All the Boys I've Loved Before, and what's the other one? Oh, the Cast Sebastians. And I'll think about it while I keep working a little bit more, and then I'll come back and let you know what I'm actually gonna be reading.
There's one for every boy I've ever loved. 5 in all. When I write, I hold nothing back. I write like he'll never read it, because he never will. Every secret thought, every careful observation, everything I've saved up inside me, I put it all in the letter. When I'm done, folding the coat and setting it on top of her suitcase. I think I'll just bring both. I don't know why you asked if you already knew what you were going to do, I say. Also, I thought you said you were coming home for Christmas. You're still coming.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Let me tell you what I've been doing today. I've been listening to, let me show you instead of just telling you. Every time I grab this phone, I remember that I have to put in passwords. So I'm listening to All the Boys I've Loved Before, and yeah, I picked that one. Yesterday I was talking about how I wanted to pick different books, but I really, because I'm getting out of my reading slump, and I think I'm officially out because I finished 2 books in the first few days of May, and I'm on my 3rd already, so I'm glad of that. I definitely wanted to pick something light, something that I actually was gonna like, and I've seen the movies a million times. And the other only thing that I read from Jenny Han was to The Samaritan Pretty, and I didn't like it. I've talked about this before. I didn't like The Samaritan Pretty. I gave it a 2 stars. I thought it was very late 2000s, problematic, very full of tropes and language that was problematic back then. Jenny Han is definitely like a millennial, and she grew up in the 90s, and a lot of the things that she puts in there are very reflective of that time. Even though the covers seem modern, and obviously the movie and the TV show, the movie of To All the Boys and the TV show of The Samaritan Pretty is modern, it is definitely the way that is written, definitely from a teen millennial perspective, like I can tell, and definitely, especially The Samaritan Pretty, because I believe that was like her first book that got published, was very much, my theory is always this. I'm not sure if that's true. I haven't read up on anything, so don't believe me. This is not like fact. This is just my theory as a reader. I think that Jenny Han wanted to publish a book, and she probably had the idea, but late 2000s, everybody wanted like the love triangle, like the Bella Edward Jacob love triangle they were putting in every book. And I feel like The Samurai Turned Pretty is pretty much that, at least that first book. And the relationship between Belly and her best friend is kind of a little bit toxic, very much frenemies thing, which is again a very late 2000s thing. And a lot of things are that are on that book are very reflective of the culture of the time, and obviously it's not what we want to absorb right now, and it's not what we want to see. And when she got the opportunity to do the TV show, this is what I love about Jenny Han, is that she took that into consideration. She grew as a writer, she grew as a person, and she changed a lot of that. Obviously the main storyline, you can change it, but she changed a lot of the toxic behaviors, language, and I really like the TV show. At the beginning I wasn't a huge fan because obviously the story is still that story, but when you see it as whole, when you see the Samaritan Pretty as a whole, like season 1 to 3, you can see that there's an arc there. You can see that there's it's going somewhere. There's growth of the characters, the way it explains everything. I haven't read the other 2 books. I don't think there's gonna be much growth in them because again, this was her first like trilogy. And then I always think that Belly walked so that Lara Jean could run, and I know that after that it's To All the Boys I Loved Before. That's the next trilogy that she wrote, and but that was the first adaptation that got greenlit, I guess. I mean, there's a reason for it. These are much better books now that I'm listening to it. It feels very much like the movie. Again, has that millennial feel, the way they're talking, all that, but not as toxic. I feel like she learned from The Samurai Turned Pretty, and she putting all the great things of rom-coms from the 90s, the 2000s. Laura Jean is very funny. The book is funny. It's not so it's not dramatic like The Samurai Turned Pretty. And yeah, I really am liking this book, and obviously the movies show that that also rom-com style of it. So yeah, you can definitely see how she has grown as a writer, or how she grew as a writer back then. And I feel like Jenny Han honestly can create anything, and I'm gonna like it because she's a kind of person who gets better with each project, I think. And that's the whole point of writers, I think, that they get better, that they learn, that they grow. When culture also changes, there's a cultural shift in language, in attitudes, you change with it and not try to reheat the nachos of maybe something you already did. And I feel like Jenny does that. And again, the best example is Samurai Turned Pretty, how she didn't do a beat by beat adaptation of those books because she knew she could make the show better, and she did. And so I'm really excited listening to this one. I think there's actually more information in this one. There's more of Josh in the book, and we didn't get to see him all that much in the movie. So we get that relationship with Laura Jean that we didn't get to see in the movie. So yeah, I'm happy with that choice. How much time do I have left? I have 5 hours left. It's not a very long book. So I have 5 hours left. And yeah, I'm excited doing that. I'm working on my computer today. And I think that's it. I don't know what else I have pending today. I think I'm just gonna work a little bit in the morning. I have a break right now because I'm not getting any info that I can work on. So I have a little bit of a break, and I can maybe fix the library. I don't even want to show you guys what the library looks like. But yeah, maybe I can start. So the whole point of the library is we're moving all the bookshelves, we're moving all the books. I'm probably gonna do an unhaul, and we are painting it. We are doing the whole cleaning of the walls, painting it with special paint, and yeah, all that is gonna happen. But imagine moving. It's a library slash office, so there's a lot of stuff, and it's the smallest room, so we have to move all of the stuff. So I don't even know how to start. I'm having decision paralysis on how to start, where to start. So might as well get started with a couple of tasks and see how that goes. I don't think I'm gonna show you that progress because honestly it's a mess and nobody wants to see that. Maybe I'll show you like the final reveal, or once we're ready to paint, maybe I'll show you that. But yeah, let me know in the comments if you want me to show you like the whole thing. And yeah, I'm gonna continue listening to all the boys I loved before. Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. This is gonna be the last day that I'm gonna be talking to you guys because I want to upload this tomorrow. Turns out that I am gonna be able to upload it for tomorrow. So yay! I guess I'm back, and it's gonna be a long, chatty vlog. But if you're here up to now, you already know this. Hopefully you put it in the background, you were doing some chores or some work while you were listening to me yap about books. So I'm still listening to all the boys I loved before, and I'm really liking it. I'm really into it. Obviously I can see Lara Jean and Peter Kavinsky from the movie, from the Netflix movie, but also there's so much more to it. There's so much more to the characters. Some of the things I like of the characters, I definitely like that we see more Josh, that we see more the relationship with him is a little bit more complex. Also, the whole sister thing is a bit more complex. We see a lot more Kitty too, which I like. And yeah, I like all that. The complexities of Chris, I don't like so much. We still have a little bit of that, again, millennial trope of the bad girl, the friend that is sort of like the bad girl at school, that I don't like so much, but it is sort of like a trope from millennial culture. And I'm so glad what they did with Chris in the movie. So yeah, I'm liking that change a lot that they did for the movie. But other than everything else, I like it. I like that we see glimpses of things for the second book right here. Like the seeds are right here already in this book. So I guess the people who saw the movie and felt like the second movie was sort of like came out of nowhere, all the seeds are planted in the book. They weren't so much in the movie, but they are in the book, so I'm liking that. So when you get book number 2, you're not so lost. So I think I read the Samaritan Pretty book 1, uh give it 2 stars and never continue. I still have them here as my audiobooks, but never really continue because, like I said, I didn't like them that much, even though I really love the series. And definitely I'm interested in continue reading To All the Boys I Loved Before. Definitely wanna probably get the set of the books. And I know that the graphic novel came out yesterday or the day before, so definitely interested in that. uh so yeah, I'm having a great old time, feeling myself. Like this morning I wanted to just put the audiobook on as soon as I woke up. So definitely coming out of my reading slump, I guess. And the noise that you're hearing is in the background. I just put like background noise on the TV while I listen to my audiobook and work on my computer. That's how my brain works. You're probably thinking like, why don't I just open up a window? And sometimes, most of the times I do, but my allergies are driving me crazy today, and the pollen in the grass is very on today. So I have to keep my window closed today and just have my background music right now, my nature background music right now. So anyways, I'm gonna continue listening to it because this video it's already very chatty and very long, and gonna continue working. And yeah, that's it. I'll see you when I have something new to tell you.
I screw my lips together tight. I can't cry right now because if I start, I'll never be able to stop. I will cry the whole way home, and everyone will see, and I can't have that. I fix my gaze somewhere over Peter's shoulder. I don't get it. Why are you mad at me? He's still confused. People are starting to bottleneck behind Peter. They need to get to their seats. People are waiting behind you, I say. Peter says, Chris, can I have my seat? Chris looks at me, and I shake my head. It's my seat now, Kavinsky, she says. Come on, Margie, Peter says, touching my shoulder. I jerk away from him, and his mouth drops open. People are looking at us and whispering and snickering. Peter glances over his shoulder, his face red. Then he finally makes his way down the aisle. Are you okay? Chris asks. I can feel my eyes welling up. No, not really. She sighs. It's not fair for the girl. The guys had it easy. I'm sure they were all...
Guys, if there's noise like rumbling or something, just ignore my... There it goes. My neighbors are doing something, I don't know what, and I just had to talk to you guys because what do you mean it's over and the ending of the movie is not the ending of the book? And Jenny Han, the woman that you are, because I keep saying this, but this is so true. She keeps getting better and better. She takes her own projects and makes them better at things that are gonna allow the story to be told in a different, more complete way. And that's exactly how I feel. Okay, spoilers if you haven't read To All the Boys or haven't seen the movie. So spoilers right now. Come back when I'm gonna put spoilers here when that thing is done. What do you mean? What do you mean? So, okay, you know that part where Kitty is confessing that she's the one that sends the letters, and Laura Jean gets all the notes from Peter that Kitty saved in the box. So after that, it's almost New Year's. She's in her patio with Kitty or in the backyard, wherever. They're lighting like sparklers. They see Josh. They wave at Josh. Justin isn't even part of the scene where they're in the living room talking about the notes. And by the way, the whole thing from the ski trip and all that, and Peter standing up for Laura Jean at school, that doesn't happen in the book. So I'm so glad that was added in the movie. But I'm waiting for that scene to come up. It never comes up. So Laura Jean and Peter have broken up because of the rumor. They are not together. Laura Jean realizes the whole thing about the notes. They're doing the discussion about it with Kitty. They do the sparkler scene where Laura Jean is reflecting about maybe not being afraid, maybe realizing that Peter is the real deal. She goes to her room. She starts to write a love letter for Peter. The end. So anticlimactic. Like, what do you mean the end? Like, tell us what's in the letter. Go find Peter. Where's the big ending? Where's the big rom-com 80s, 90s, like big grand gesture? Nothing. Because late 2000s, no grand gestures. So yeah. Oh, and not even late 2000s. Like, this is, I think this was in the 2010s published. So again, no grand gestures. So she just starts writing the letter. The end. That's it. End of the book. Thank you for listening. Why? 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 But Jenny Han knew this, and obviously she changed the ending, and it was so much better. So obviously I have to jump into book number 2 because this is like a cliffhanger, and I guess that's the whole point of, and that's the whole gimmick that publishers are doing now. And that's when I can tell that certain things that writers do is because publishers are telling them to do things. And obviously I don't think authors are gonna say that, but you can tell that certain trends are coming up, certain tropes are coming up, certain ways of ending books are coming up, so they can get you to buy the next one, and all of a sudden all of the books are ending in cliffhangers. Why? So you can buy the next one. So it's just a trend that publishers are doing, so you again can buy the next book. And I guess this is what happened. They wanted to leave this in a cliffhanger, so you would go and buy book number 2, which is gonna be good. I hope it's gonna be good. I think it is. I think Jenny Han again just gets better and better and better. I think when you're an author, and this is not like, again, not running on Jenny Han, if you wanna publish, you kind of have to know how to play the game. There are gonna be certain things that they're gonna tell you to add, to take out, to do, and you're just gonna have to tweak your story around to fit in those things that the publishing houses want you to do. That are gonna be trendy, or that they're just it's sort of like the wave that everybody's writing, and that's how it is. And yeah, so I guess right now I'm just gonna jump in because I can just leave it there. Like, seriously, that's pretty much like the few last seconds of the book. Like, dear Peter Kavinsky, the end. So anyways, I finished that book, so that makes 3 books in 4 days, so that's pretty good. I guess I'm gonna start book number 2 of To All the Boys I Loved Before, because I cannot. But you're gonna have to see that in the next blog, because this blog is extremely long. Probably during a break from my work, I'm gonna finish editing this blog so it can be ready to be uploaded tomorrow. So let me know what you guys are reading. If you guys feel like you are also kind of in a slump and getting out of it, what I've been seeing is a lot of people, either it's been like their best year of reading, they really go like winter, early spring, they kind of flourish and they start reading a lot. I don't know if because they're inside and they're like winter people. I used to be like a winter person. I was more productive, and I think I'm still am. But somehow the last 2 years, maybe I'm kind of switching and turning, because spring has really been like my slow season. I guess it's been my season where maybe it's my allergies. They've really been kicking my butt for the last couple of years, and they were gone for a while, and again the last couple of years they've come back with a vengeance, and I've really been slowing down the last 2 years when it comes to my life during spring. And yeah, let me know if you are also slowing down during the spring, and then late spring you kind of start picking up your reading again, or if you are one of those people who are just having a great year. Let me know what you are reading. Remember that if you want to keep following, all my socials are in the description, and if you want to support my channel, there's ways that you can do it also right there in the description. If you don't know what to comment, why don't you just go ahead and put a little flower or a book. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to keep reading and keep blooming, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.